Have you ever wondered how some people in Japan live past 90, even 100, and still walk, talk, and laugh like they're half their age? What if I told you that one of Japan's oldest doctors revealed a simple 10-second tongue trick that could actually help reduce your risk of stroke, improve your brain health, and keep your blood flowing smoothly even after the age of 60? Sounds too simple to be true, right? But stay with me for the next few minutes, because once you understand how this small movement inside your mouth can help protect your brain and body, you'll never think of your tongue the same way again. The tongue is one of the most overlooked muscles in the human body, yet it plays a far more critical role in maintaining overall health than most people realize. Many assume that the tongue's job begins and ends with speaking, tasting, or helping us chew, but in reality, it acts as a vital gateway to our brain and circulatory system. As we age, the strength and mobility of the tongue naturally decline, which might not seem like a big deal at first, but this gradual weakening can have a direct impact on how efficiently blood and oxygen flow to the brain. The tongue is deeply connected to the muscles and nerves in the throat and neck, including those that regulate swallowing and breathing. When these muscles lose tone or coordination, it can slow down oxygen delivery to the brain, affect swallowing reflexes, and in the long term, increase the risk of stroke or other vascular issues. Scientists in Japan have been studying this fascinating connection between oral health and neurological health for years. They discovered that elderly individuals who had weaker tongue muscles were significantly more likely to experience choking incidents, reduced brain alertness, and even cognitive decline. This is because the act of using the tongue engages a network of nerves and arteries that supply the brain with essential nutrients and oxygen. Every time the tongue moves or presses against the palate or cheeks, it sends small pulses through the neck muscles and surrounding vessels, promoting smoother circulation. So when these movements become rare or weak, blood flow stagnates, oxygen levels drop, and the risk of plaque buildup or clots increases, all factors that can lead to a stroke. In fact, some Japanese doctors now use tongue mobility tests as an early indicator of brain and heart health. A sluggish or trembling tongue can sometimes be a silent sign of reduced blood flow or nerve weakness in older adults. Strengthening this small but mighty muscle, therefore, becomes a powerful form of preventive care. When you engage the tongue deliberately through exercise or movement, you stimulate the glossopharyngeal and hypoglossal nerves, which are linked directly to the brainstem. These nerves help regulate not only tongue function, but also swallowing, heart rhythm, and vascular tone. A healthy, active tongue essentially keeps the brain's communication network strong, ensuring that oxygen and blood continue to circulate efficiently. Most people don't associate something as simple as tongue movement with brain longevity, but it's an area of health that's finally gaining the attention it deserves. The mouth is, in many ways, a reflection of what's happening inside the body. Just as weak leg muscles can predict mobility issues, a weak tongue can predict poor brain circulation. By maintaining tongue strength, you're effectively supporting one of the body's most delicate systems, its blood-brain connection. This small awareness, when turned into a daily practice, has the potential to make a profound difference in how gracefully we age and how well we protect our brain's vitality as the years go by. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's oldest practicing doctor, was known not only for his remarkable longevity, but also for his simple and practical approach to maintaining good health. Among his many teachings, one that gained widespread attention was his unique 10-second tongue exercise, a small yet powerful daily habit designed to strengthen the tongue, improve circulation, and reduce the risk of stroke as people age. The exercise itself is incredibly simple but deeply effective because it targets an often ignored part of the body that has surprising influence over our vascular and neurological health. To perform it, You start by pressing your tongue firmly against the roof of your mouth and holding it there for 5 seconds. Then, you move your tongue to press against the inside of your right cheek for another 5 seconds, and finally against the inside of your left cheek for the same duration. This completes one full cycle that takes roughly 10 seconds. Doing this twice a day, once in the morning and once at night, gently trains the muscles of the tongue and neck, enhances blood flow to the brain, and stimulates the nerves that control key cardiovascular functions. While this may sound too simple to be meaningful, Dr. Hinohara's method is backed by science and centuries of Japanese medical understanding that connect oral health with brain function. The act of pressing and moving the tongue activates several cranial nerves, including the glossopharyngeal and vagus nerves, both of which play vital roles in controlling blood pressure, heart rate, and overall relaxation response. By stimulating these nerves regularly, the body experiences improved blood circulation to the head and neck region, which is crucial for preventing blockages and maintaining healthy brain activity. This small movement also encourages stronger swallowing reflexes, which protect against aspiration and choking, common problems in older adults that can lead to serious health complications. Dr. Hinohara was a firm believer in prevention rather than cure. He understood that after a certain age, the body doesn't need extreme exercises or complex routines. It needs gentle, consistent stimulation that keeps all systems active. The 10-second tongue trick fits perfectly into that philosophy because it is easy enough for anyone to do, regardless of age or physical condition. It requires no equipment, no special timing, and no external help. Just a few seconds of mindful practice that can be done while sitting, standing, or even lying down. Over time, this repeated action keeps the oral and facial muscles strong, supports better breathing and swallowing, and ensures that the pathways carrying oxygen to the brain remain clear and active. People who practice this regularly often report subtle but noticeable benefits: clearer speech, better focus, fewer dizzy spells, and a general sense of improved energy. These changes may seem small individually, but collectively, they signify better vascular performance. Dr. Hinohara's brilliance lay in his ability to identify how something as overlooked as the tongue could influence something as life-threatening as stroke risk. His simple exercise continues to inspire thousands to take control of their health with just 10 seconds of daily awareness and intention. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara's lifelong philosophy centered on one simple truth: longevity and vitality are built through small, consistent habits rather than drastic changes. He believed that health after 60 didn't depend on how intense one's efforts were, but on how steady and mindful they became. In a world where people chase quick fixes, miracle supplements, or short bursts of extreme exercise, his approach was refreshingly simple. He taught that the body responds best to gentle, regular movements that keep energy circulating. This philosophy perfectly aligns with his 10-second tongue trick, which may seem insignificant at first glance, yet demonstrates how consistency transforms even the smallest habit into a powerful tool for long-term wellness. When you look closely at the lives of people who age gracefully, a common thread appears. They all have routines that they repeat daily, almost effortlessly. Whether it's stretching for a few minutes, walking after meals, or performing this tongue exercise, these simple acts accumulate over time to create lasting benefits. Dr. Hinohara used to say that the body loves rhythm. Just as the heart beats in a steady rhythm and breathing follows a natural cycle, our overall health thrives on repeated, balanced actions. Missing one day of exercise might not make a difference, but doing something small every day can completely reshape how your body functions years later. The 10-second tongue trick exemplifies this principle because it demands almost no time yet delivers measurable benefits if practiced consistently. The reason small actions work so effectively is because of how the human body adapts. Muscles strengthen through repetition. Circulation improves through steady stimulation, and nerve connections remain sharp when regularly activated. The tongue, like any other muscle, becomes more responsive and coordinated when used deliberately every day. Over time, this regular stimulation improves blood flow to the brain, maintains healthy reflexes, and supports sharper mental clarity. It's a quiet kind of training, one that doesn't leave you sweating or exhausted but gradually builds resilience in your most essential systems. Dr. Hinohara's life itself was living proof of this philosophy. He didn't rely on grand routines or rigid diets. Instead, he focused on maintaining movement throughout the day. Even at over 100 years old, he would climb stairs, take the long route to meetings, and remind others to stay curious and active. His message was that consistency beats intensity every time. The body ages not from time alone, but from inactivity, and it's the tiny, daily efforts that counteract that decline. When you commit to doing something small for your health every single day, whether it's this tongue exercise or simply breathing deeply, you signal to your body that you still value movement and life. This mindset creates a ripple effect. The more consistent you become, the more natural health habits feel. You start paying attention to posture, breathing, and even how you eat or speak. Over time, these small, steady actions form the foundation of a lifestyle that sustains vitality far into old age, proving that true longevity is not built in a single act but in the quiet power of repetition. When Dr. Hinohara introduced the 10-second tongue exercise, he wasn't just focusing on physical movement. He was activating the body's internal healing systems through a subtle form of nerve stimulation. What makes this exercise powerful isn't only the muscle engagement, but how it triggers the body's natural pathways of repair and balance. When the tongue presses against the roof of the mouth or the cheeks, it stimulates two important nerves: the glossopharyngeal nerve and the vagus nerve. These nerves connect directly to the brainstem and play major roles in controlling heart rate, blood pressure, and digestion. The vagus nerve, in particular, is known as the communication highway between the brain and the body, responsible for keeping the nervous system calm and balanced. By gently activating it through tongue movements, you encourage your body to enter a state of relaxation and restoration. This process is sometimes referred to as stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body that promotes rest and repair. Most people live their lives stuck in the opposite mode, the fight or flight state, caused by constant stress, tension, and overthinking. In that state, the heart rate stays high, blood pressure rises, and inflammation spreads quietly through the body. The tongue exercise, though small, acts like a natural switch that helps your body shift back into a healing rhythm. As you hold and release pressure with the tongue, it sends calming signals through the vagus nerve, slowing your heart rate and improving blood flow to the brain. Over time, this repetitive activation helps maintain vascular health, lowers chronic stress levels, and strengthens the coordination between your brain, heart, and other vital organs. The exercise also has a physical benefit beyond the nervous system. It strengthens the muscles in the throat and neck that support major arteries, especially the carotid arteries that carry oxygen-rich blood to the brain. Stronger support in these areas means more efficient circulation and less strain on the heart. This is crucial for reducing the risk of clots and blockages that lead to strokes. The gentle compression and release motion created by the tongue mimic a form of micro-massage for the blood vessels in the neck. Over time, these subtle movements improve elasticity in the arteries and promote smoother blood flow. This is why people who practice such oral and breathing exercises often report feeling more alert, more balanced, and less fatigued. What's fascinating is how such a small action can influence the entire body's energy flow. Traditional Japanese and Chinese medicine have long emphasized the connection between the mouth and life energy, or qi, Dr. Hinohara's modern interpretation aligned perfectly with that understanding. By moving the tongue, you awaken parts of the nervous system that modern medicine now recognizes as essential to longevity. It's a union of ancient wisdom and modern science. The more you practice, the more your body learns to stay relaxed, your circulation improves, and your internal systems synchronize naturally. This harmony between nerve activity and blood flow becomes a quiet form of healing that strengthens you from within, supporting a healthy brain, calm mind, and balanced heart. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara's entire approach to health was built on simplicity and purpose, two qualities that guided him through a life that lasted more than a century. He believed that living long wasn't just about avoiding illness. It was about finding meaning in small daily actions and nurturing both the body and the spirit through mindful habits. For him, something as simple as a 10-second tongue exercise reflected a much deeper philosophy of living with awareness. The act itself was simple, almost effortless, but the consistency and intention behind it gave it power. He often said that our bodies respond to care and attention. When we take even a few seconds each day to consciously move, breathe, or focus on our health, we send a message to the body that life is still active, still growing, and still filled with purpose. This mindset helped him live and work well past his 100th birthday. He continued seeing patients, writing books, and giving lectures because he believed that the human spirit thrives when it feels useful. Purpose gives energy, and energy keeps the body alive. The tongue trick, though physical, became symbolic of this idea. It's a reminder that our health depends on mindfulness, on choosing to act rather than letting the body slowly fade from neglect. Each time you perform the exercise, you are consciously nurturing your body's most vital systems. Your circulation, your breathing, and your neurological pathways. That awareness itself becomes a form of meditation, grounding you in the present moment and reconnecting you with your own vitality. Dr. Hinohara used to emphasize that health is not built in hospitals, but in the small moments of daily life. You don't need complicated routines or expensive treatments to stay well. What you need is consistency and simplicity. A few seconds of purposeful movement can awaken the body, just as a few kind thoughts can uplift the mind. He encouraged people to find joy in small actions, smiling more often, eating with gratitude, staying curious, and maintaining gentle motion throughout the day. His 10-second tongue exercise fits into this way of living because it's easy, free, and sustainable. It's something anyone can do, regardless of age or ability, and yet it carries the potential to improve longevity and protect the brain from one of the most serious age-related risks, stroke. Simplicity and purpose also create discipline. When you commit to something small and stick with it, it builds self-respect and motivation. Over time, this sense of purpose radiates into other areas of life. You start walking more, eating better, and thinking more clearly because you've trained your mind to value small but meaningful habits. That's why Dr. Hinohara's teachings continue to inspire people around the world. They remind us that a healthy, long life isn't the result of luck. It's the reward of living intentionally. The 10-second tongue trick is more than just a health exercise. It's a symbol of how simplicity, awareness, and purpose can come together to create strength, peace, and vitality that last well beyond 60.